There is no talk of retirement yet from Gosden as he looks to the future. Retirement is the word of the day on Warren Hill as John Gosden watches his all-star team scamper out of the gloom and up the gallops. As Group 1 winners Mostahdaf, Inspiral and Nashwa scuttle past, limbering up for potential assignments on QIPCO Champions Day at Ascot next Saturday, Gosden talks forensically about the reasons why his old ally, Frankie Dettori, will not be hanging up his saddle after all. A few yards away from where he holds court, Gosden's son, Thaddy, monitors the rest of the squad sent over from Clarehaven stables. His name is jointly on the training license, a key cog in the yard's success, and he is sweet on Orn's chances in the Emirates Autumn Stakes, the opening race at Newmarket today. There has been a lot of succession in racing these last 12 months, with Mark Johnson, Mick, Channon and Roger Charlton all stepping back to let their respective sons Charlie, Jack and Harry take the reins. It begs the question, is Gosden Sr. planning anything similar as the season nears its end? No, I think if you are happy and healthy, you keep rolling, man, he says. It's as simple as that, it really is. Gosden might be 72 but he's full of life and loves nothing more than being out here, overseeing operations. His hunger is insatiable and he is close to what would be a 6th champion flat trainers title since 2012. He has a commanding £900,000 lead over Aidan O'Brien. John Gosden has no plans of retiring from horse racing and is still fully involved in the sport. He loves Gosden trained in spiral gallops elegantly as jockey Frankie Dettori rides on. He is already looking ahead to next season, speaking enthusiastically of how Emily Upjohn, another star filly, won't retire, even though she hasn't raced since July. She is likely to run in the Dubai Shima Classic at Maiden in March. That night in the desert brings all corners of the racing world together, and it is inevitable that Dettori will be in action, aiming to show how a move to Pasadena has invigorated him. The Italian sought Gosden's counsel as he weighed up his about turn, and his decision came as no surprise. Time equals 400 ms. greater than. Frankie really enjoyed being in California last winter, and once his visa came through 10 days ago, everything fell into place, said Gosden, who once had a successful spell training in California. I think Catherine, Dettori's wife, is sick of the long, dark winters here. It was logical. From there, he can go and ride in all the Middle Eastern winter racing, Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia and Dubai. That takes him through the calendar to the end of March, and then he will be on the lookout for a Kentucky Derby ride. That takes him through April and May. Gosden knows Dettori inside out and is well aware that occasional punditry duties would not be enough to sat his appetite. He wouldn't be good with time on his hands, and nothing would ever replace the adrenaline rush that comes with partnering fast horses in huge races. It's the sensible way to do things, Gosden continued. There is that great book from Brian O'Driscoll, the great Irish rugby player. He explained that sportsmen are consumed by everything they do, and it is very difficult for any athlete to just stop stone cold. Psychologically, it's very hard. Gosden trained star horse Mostahdaf, who won the Juddmonte International Stakes just like his good friend Dettori. Gosden admits he can't give up on the sport just yet. Gosden might be 72 but he's full of life and loves nothing more than being in the sport. Frankie is hyperactive, and I don't think Catherine wants him at home, rearranging the kitchen every morning. But that is the problem. You see athletes go cold turkey and they go into a dark place. It doesn't matter whether they are in their 20s, 30s, 40s. He is in his 50s. He can pick and choose what he wants to do now. I know what would happen if he stopped stone cold. He'd drive himself crazy. You know, athletes, they don't die once, they die twice. It is true. You die inside unless you have something to fill the void. It's why you see football players rush straight into becoming managers. Frankie is aware of that, and that's why it's a great decision to carry on.